Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm Musically Malnourished, and you're on my journey to go deep and wide in discovering new music and artists. We are in the 2025 EP from NF called Fear. This is track number 3, Who I Was, with NF and MGK. Hey, everyone's entitled to their own opinions. I actually really enjoy MGK. I also enjoy, I don't know much of his old music. I really like Lost Americana. I was listening to that album before I started this channel, and it just takes me back to my roots, late 90s, early 2000s, punk rock. I think it's awesome. I like his voice too, singing and rapping, so I'm really interested to see what they do here. We'll jump in and listen to the song, maybe make a few comments along the way. You'll have an opportunity to click a second video at the end called The Second Course, where we do a deep dive into the lyrics and meaning behind the music. Just have good conversation there. And if you want dessert, you can always head over to Patreon. We have a new video that goes up almost every day over there. But without further ado, this is Who I Was by NF and MGK. Starting on acoustic.
All right, turn my vocal up, and then just let it run. I'm stuck in traffic, trying to find my way to a home that I've never known on a GPS with no address, so I'll follow my heart, but my heart is scattered like my father's ashes in the back of the rental after I dropped his urn. Probably a metaphor for everything I've learned, like how the only love I'll have is gonna crash and burn, or how the poorest I felt was after the most I've earned. The biggest lie.
Ooh, dude. We're going to have, listen, rap songs are the best for the second course because there's so much generally just compressed into these lines that are so worth looking at, whether it's references or just meaning in life. How the poorest I felt was after the most I've earned. Obviously a common thing felt among people who are successful and yet realize, like, because you can't have both, right? You can have success and fulfillment, but sometimes people think the success in itself will bring the fulfillment, and it just doesn't. And this whole, like my father's ashes in the back of the rental after I dropped his urn, just speaks to like struggle, or maybe having to go somewhere to retrieve his father's ashes. So he had a rental, but it's just like, it's not even your car. You're just in this rental and you've dropped your father, essentially. I mean, his body in the car. Man, this is great.
I told us that no one should be concerned. There's gotta be another highway that don't lead to hell. A star to lead me through the darkest night like Christian Bale. I hid from God for more than 2 decades of life, and when I came back to the light, he didn't ask me if I'm Christian still. Just opened up his arms and embraced me like I'm his son, erasing all the archetypes of what people like me become. Since I was young, my personality split like serpent's tongue, but all the poison in my body still ain't make me numb. I lost a best friend and felt all that, crying on his open casket while I knelt on that. I had a best man picked out for my wedding, but instead of getting married, I carried guilt and left all that. A vagabond that broke a bond for Boca Raton, who all along regretted he never kept all that. I left everything behind but this engagement ring and a frozen heart. I'm standing in the fire to melt all.
Listen, I'm going to back it up a few seconds so we can lead into it. What I'm so excited about on this, sometimes you see somebody featured on a song and they give like the tiniest piece. You know, maybe they do like a repeating chorus, or they just kind of have this like ad-lib thing in the background. MGK is a feature on this track. I'll be curious to see if NF comes and does like the next verse, but that I'm very happy about. And it's not just him being like, yeah, who I was. This is great.
Regretted he never kept all that. I left everything behind but this engagement ring and a frozen heart. I'm standing in the fire to melt all that. Yeah.
Ooh. Gosh. The music on this album's so haunting and beautiful.
Last show, need to take a breath and calm down. Try to regulate, don't know how. Wasn't taught that in my house. Kids on my own, I step back. Look at those smiles and feel sad. Hope they don't wind up like that. Stuck in this loop like I am. I called you, never heard back. After everything we've been through, the good and the bad, you about to throw it all away and overreact. Because I overreacted. Karma, I guess, my temper gets the best of me, a part of me that I wish I knew how to get rid of. It's the issue I had. My MO, say I need you and I love you.
Dude, this is such a unique sound. I mean, just listen to the effects that are going on. It's like everything pulls back and it's just very clear. Then turn around and go and treat you like you're nothing but try. And then like it comes in and then it's almost like the ocean tide coming in and out. Let me back it up a little. That's one thing I've noticed in just the few songs I've listened to from NF. He's got great production and he's just so creative in creating these dynamics. Even the way he tends to rap, like coming and then ending the word with the beginning of the next line. It's just, dude, he has this flow that's so good.
Reacted, karma, I guess, my temper gets the best of me, a part of me that I wish I knew how to get rid of. It's the issue I had. My MO, say I need you and I love you to death. Then turn around and go and treat you like you nothing but trash. I know I messed that part up with. I know. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I lash out, need to take a breath and calm down. Try to regulate, don't know how. Wasn't taught that in my house. Kids on my own, I step back. Look at those smiles and feel sad. Hope they don't wind up like that. Stuck in this loop like I am.
Amazing, dude. Absolutely amazing. Wow. I love that line too, and I'll save that for the second chorus, but this kids of my own, I step back, look at those smiles and feel sad. Man. Which, you know, like I said, getting into it, we'll also see if Genius has any annotations, you know, to continue giving some context around things. But part of it looks like it's because it's like, man, this mixture of joy and sadness at the same time. And that's what people experience when they're going through difficulty, when they're going through darkness. It's almost this numbness in the midst of what could be a very joyous moment. And so being in this period where, and as a parent, you know, you have hopefully the maturity to not show too many of your cards to your kids sometimes. I think that's just part of maturity. Like your kids will grow and evolve and you can have those discussions later of like, and there are times to bring them in so that they can develop an emotional intelligence for themselves. But at the same time, you have to be so wise in how you do that. It's like even when you have money difficulties, a mature parent isn't like, all right, guys, just want you to know everything's like, I don't know if we're going to eat tonight. Like a kid doesn't need to bear that weight. There is a difference between that and saying like, hey, here's something we're trying to accomplish together. Like, let's pray together. Let's believe that God's going to, you know, provide or what. And again, you just have to be careful with those things. But we'll talk about that a little bit more. But that line of seeing his kids smile but feeling sad on the inside, I mean, you just get that picture of a smile and a frown. More of this shape and this shape. Okay. The smile and the frown together. All right. Well, I can't wait to continue moving through this EP. Let me know your thoughts on the song in the comments below. And if you want to do the deep dive with us in the second course, you can click right over here for that. Thanks for joining me for this one. I hope to see you in the next one because we're eating good.